Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Hairy Muppet, and we are going to be casting game number 2 of the second series in the Kaspersky arena in July. So it is going to be ThorZaIN, the blue Terran, down the bottom left side of the map, and down the bottom right side of the map it is going to be our red Protoss player WhiteRa. And so far WhiteRa has just dominated all over the place. In this first series of the King of the Hill tournament, he absolutely owned Bifi 3-0, and this is the second series, so WhiteRa has continued on and ThorZaIN has jumped in, and WhiteRa has beaten him the first game with some beautiful Blink Stalker tactics. He also mixed in some DTs and just really just put ThorZaIN on the back foot really early in the game. So great job from WhiteRa there, and ThorZaIN, he's definitely got his work cut out for him. The momentum factor is definitely building up for WhiteRa, and it's going to be absolutely insane to watch these games to see how he does. He's actually, we're on a 2v2 map, not a 4v4, a 2v2, so he is going to have to scout all over the place, but it looks like he's picked the left spawn to have a look at first, so that's going to be very good for WhiteRa. It's going to be good, and it's going to be good for ThorZaIN as well, because I think at this point, if the probe comes in here, ThorZaIN is going to see the probe and he's going to say, alright, the probe's here at the 2 minute 30 second mark. So the direction that he came from is almost certainly going to be the direction that he... but yeah, you can't really tell. You can tell that he came from the right side of the map, so maybe he can assume that he's on the right side, but... yeah, not too much you can really assume for that. He'd have to be paying an extremely high amount of detail to when this probe came in, which I don't know if he was, but yeah, it should be fine. This probe going to do a bit of a scout. He's going to run away. He's going to run away in this direction, so I don't know if that means much, but whatever, maybe we are just over-analyzing this particular part of the game. Regardless, this SCV is going to be, there we go, the first Marine comes out on the wrong side, but a Marine versus a probe, the Marine will win any day, and that is the end of that probe. So, getting down a nice fast cyber core here, and what is WhiteRa going to do, and what is ThorZaIN going to do? We saw him do some fast Reaper stuff last game. He did not work out too well for him. The Reapers didn't really do anything. So he's not going to do that this game. He's going to go for a fairly fast factory. Going to get out some Marine forces, and then we may be seeing, look, it's a Starfort. What are we going to see? A Hellion. I thought maybe this was going to build a reactor, but maybe not. He's just going for a bunch of Hellions out here. So maybe one Hellion, and then he's going to switch it into a tech lab and go for some tank stuff. In tanks, they did alright last game, up until the point where they got sniped by Blink Stalkers, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're a bad idea. Where is this waypoint coming from? It's from the Hellions. He's sending the Hellions out, and WhiteRa already getting out his second base at the 5-minute mark. So it's not early as it could be, but it's still fairly good timing. And I thought there was a ramp up there, but there we go. This Hellion actually doing an attack move, and it looks like I don't know if he actually attacks this gateway. It looks like he does. He accidentally put the attack on a gateway instead of just on an empty slot, so he was attacking into that gateway, and that was not good because, yeah. What have we got going on here? Widow Mines and Banshees, man. Crazy stuff. And I think WhiteRa should be okay. He's got a robo facility coming down, so we can expect to see an observer very soon after that. So even if the Banshee gets cloak, I think he should be fine. His stalker numbers though, what are his stalker numbers like? Well, he's got 2 of them, so that probably should be enough. Cloaking field. And there we go, the Banshee's starting to come out. The robo facility not quite up, but I think you should be able to chrono out an observer in time. And yeah, I don't know, maybe he'll lose a few probes, but I think he should be fine. And we do have the base coming down for ThorZaIN, a little bit later than WhiteRa's base, but overall still going to be quite good getting that expansion up. And yeah, some very interesting plays so far from both these players. Look at the timing. He's going to get cloak up beautifully. And of course, he's not going to activate the cloak until somebody actually comes around and starts harassing him, which is going to be right now. There we go, the cloak's coming down, but the observer is going to go out. And, oh, there's already observer out. This is the second one. So, yeah, really, really great job there by WhiteRa getting that observer out nice and fast. The Banshee's going to get scared away. And he may do a little bit of a double attack to and from. Sort of pull the Stalkers down to here with the Banshee and then send the Hellions into the expansion and vice versa. But he'll only have another couple of minutes to do that because very soon he'll be able to have enough Stalkers to defend both sides at the same time, and when that happens, yeah, but he's going to repair this up and maybe send the other one in so he can have two Stalkers at the same time. But meanwhile, the Mothership Core coming around, and the Hellions do not want to be anywhere near the Mothership Core when it finally does come down. The Observer going to do a bit of a scout here, and will we see Dark Templars from WhiteRa again? I do not know, but I'd be very interested to find out. We do have Colossus tech on the way, so that's going to be interesting. The Stalkers going to push out here. You're going to see the Hellions. The Hellions are going to have to run. Meanwhile, the Banshee's coming in, and the Stalkers quite out of position here. So if the Banshees move in to the main base, they're not moving into the main base though. They're just running away. He's already morphed in 2 Stalkers, and he's morphing in 2 more, so he's going to be well defended. But the Hellions coming in. They're going to try and roast a couple of workers. Workers turning on them though, and they managed to get maybe 2 or 3 workers there, but not all that much. Meanwhile, the Banshee's going to try and snipe a pylon, and they're just going to get it. So yes, the offences of ThorZaIN not really doing that much. And he's actually sending a factory out there, and sending a factory out to scout almost certainly means we are going to be seeing some very, very heavy Triple M forces going on. So yeah, going for a very heavy Triple M army and see how it works. And I mean, why not? Because you've just supply boxed WhiteRa, so you might as well go for some forces to see if you can do any more damage to him. But Banshee's continuing to be an absolute pain in the ass, keeping their Stalkers on the toes, and yeah, it's going to be awesome. But we just have to see what happens, I guess. The starport coming down for WhiteRa, so he's going to be broadening his options, I guess. He's already building 1 Colossus, and it looks like he definitely wants to get the upgrades out for all those guys. He does not have any upgrades yet for the ground, so he's going to have to start getting those out. He's getting out some Phoenix as well. Phoenix are going to be, you know, quite nice at getting rid of the Banshees, and I guess he's decided that the Banshees are enough of a pain that he does need something to counter them, which is why he's getting the Phoenix out. But I don't think this is going to be a major part of his army. It's just to deal with the Banshees. And there we go. Phoenix coming around. Going to have a look, and he can't really chase a Banshee when it is cloaked, unfortunately. So yeah, but how is ThorZaIN going to go with this? What is he going to do? He's starting to get up some units. He's getting a very decent amount of Triple M, but yeah, with the Colossus starting to come out, I'm not sure how well the Triple M route is going to be. He's going to have to get a hefty amount of Marauders, as well as some Viking support, which definitely should be alright. Should be able to do it. And here we go, the medevac coming in with the drop. He's still got more units to drop, but he's not dropping them all. Couple of Zealots getting warped down in the middle, and with 3 pylons he couldn't really snipe the pylon to take those guys out, so yeah, not going to be that good. So going to drop them down, going to go around from the other side, I think, or maybe just running around to try and heal these guys. But 1 Colossus already out there, and yeah, they're going to stim, they're going to try and take out Phoenix, but not quite, and they do not want any part of this army yet. But he does know that these guys are there, so there we go, another starport. Vikings starting to come out. But meanwhile, he is on the run here. He is, I think the Stalkers are faster than these guys. Was this 295? These guys are 225. So yes, when they are not stimming, they run quite a bit slower than Stalkers. So not good for that Terran army. But he is going to be pushing the upgrades. 2-2 coming out. He's already got 1-1. He's starting to get Viking weapons as well. So ThorZaIN definitely going to be prepared for this Colossus offensive. And wow, what is WhiteRa going to have to do? To counter Vikings, he's going to have Blink Stalkers, I think. He might have... I don't think Phoenix can really do it. Void Rays maybe, but Void Rays will just get vaporized versus Marine. So I'm thinking he's going to have Blink Stalkers. He hasn't got Blink yet, but he does have Stalkers, so... Okay, he's going for a High Templar. So he's thinking, alright, my Colossus are probably going to get countered because, yeah, ThorZaIN has seen the Colossus. So yes, he is going to go for High Templars as well, Storms. And that means that ThorZaIN will have to go for Ghosts if this game does go on for long enough. But, I don't know, it could be over in a matter of minutes. These armies just have to face up against each other and just go nuts. But ThorZaIN getting his third base. WhiteRa getting his third base as well. He's already got it up, so he's doing a very good job at getting the expansions down nice and fast. But ThorZaIN continuing to do the beautiful, beautiful Banshee harass. These guys have just been going for ages and ages. 4 kills and 3 kills. They just never stop doing it. They're going to cloak and going to run. And the Observer going to be chasing him around. But meanwhile, ThorZaIN is not only expanding, but he's also pushing out with his army. And he is going to be going Colossus hunting. So why the hell not? And this base is actually in a bit of trouble because he's moved back most of his army to try and push off the Banshees. And this Nexus is going to go down. I don't think there's any way that this is going to stay up. Yeah, there it goes down at the last second. He didn't really get too many workers out, but he is going to get out of there. And now he's going to be on an even heading to worry about the Protoss army. And the Terran's actually getting a lot of forces. He's going for very early tech options like Marine Marauders so he can afford to build up quite heavily. And that is why his supply is so much higher than WhiteRa's. He's like 40 above when he's about the same amount of workers. So really, really great job there. And he's definitely got the upgrades going on for him. He's 2-2. And meanwhile, WhiteRa is only 1-1. So WhiteRa, he's just about to get 2-2 finished off. So he's still in a fairly good position. But ThorZaIN just pushing the stuff out so much faster. And yeah, WhiteRa, third base got pulled down. Another drop coming down here, doing a really, really good job. And WhiteRa is starting to fall backwards in this game. He's doing everything right, but he's just not pushing as hard as ThorZaIN has been. And ThorZaIN has been getting out more forces and doing a better job. I mean, sniping that third base, really, really good job there. WhiteRa though, he does have the High Templars out. He does not have Storm yet. Maybe he's just going for Archons or something, but he does have a couple of HTs out there. And he's starting to get his forces up. He's still behind ThorZaIN, but I think somebody's scared of those HTs, so we do have some Ghosts coming out. And 3-3 as well, so ThorZaIN going to be right in there doing what he needs to be doing. And yeah, this is going to be a very, very scary army versus WhiteRa. And can WhiteRa win this? I am not sure at the moment. It depends on how good the Storms and the Colossus hits are. And we still do not have Storm actually researched for WhiteRa. So if the Vikings just completely own the Colossus, I think that WhiteRa is going to be in a lot of trouble. He's actually, I don't even know if he realizes he hasn't got Storm, but he definitely doesn't have Storm. He's just got oh, there we go. He's morphing them all into Archons. And yeah, this is going to be it. I don't know. Storms would be a really good idea at this point. He is going for feedback on the medevacs though, which is not a bad option, but Storms would be so awesome, and he's just not getting them, so maybe he's just going to get feedback and then morph them into Archons. I really can't say, but he's dancing around a little bit here. And the Vikings going to be out there. The Stalker's going to try and take these out, but there's not that many Stalkers, and there are quite a lot of Vikings. The Colossus doing some fairly good damage, but they are getting taken out. And the rest of the ground force are just completely obliterating WhiteRa's ground army. ThorZaIN doing such an awesome job here. And yeah, that was just an awesome battle. The Vikings doing such a good job wiping out the Colossus. And these ground forces are just so beefy, man. There's such a large amount of Marauders there, so they survived the Colossus attacks quite well. And WhiteRa did not have enough Stalkers to deal with the Vikings. He did not have Blink, so he couldn't get in a really good position to deal with them. And overall, his army was just not as big as ThorZaIN, so yeah, in the end, he just didn't have what it take. He didn't have what he needed to do to win this battle. And there we go. Congratulations to ThorZaIN for winning that fight very, very convincingly and stopping the momentum ball that is WhiteRa. So going back to 1-1 for this series, and either player is going to have to win 2 games now to move on to series number 3, where I believe they will face off against TLO. Actually, I do have it here. TLO is going in the 3rd series, and then it's going to be Crass in the 4th series. So yeah, we'll see what happens between these 2 players in game number 3, and I will see you guys then.